The soul has the knowledge of good and it has the knowledge of evil. And this is why people can commit evil without thinking, and people can good without thinking, because it is a part of our nature. But Allah Almighty said that I will never leave you without guidance. And that's why Allah sent 124,000 prophets to represent the soul, the goodness of the soul. And He sent only one shaitan to represent the evil in our soul. And He gave us a part of us that had the ability to choose or to listen to good advice, or to choose or listen to bad advice. The only free will we have is to decide to accept good advice or bad advice. It does not change Allah Almighty's will. No matter what we think or what we do, it's not going to change Allah Almighty's ultimate destiny for us, because Allah Almighty's ultimate destiny for us is to return to Allah Almighty. Now we can return to Allah Almighty in a good standard or a bad standard, but we're going to return to Allah Almighty. We're going to return to Allah Almighty honorably, or we're going to return to Allah dishonorably. It is our choice. It does not change Allah Almighty's will for us. Once we start to think and rethink, we are using our wisdom. Then you become careful of what you say, what you do, what you think. Because everything, Allah Almighty doesn't waste any power. Everything is a power, and we must learn the value of power, the value of thinking, the value of our actions, our decision making. So Allah Almighty sent prophets to us to teach us how we may think on that part of us, how we may reflect on that part of us, that we may meditate on that part of us. We may pray to Allah to invoke that part of us that brings us to Allah Almighty in a good standing in our everyday lives. How many decisions do we make in a day? To go that place or to go that place, to stay here or to go there, or to think this or to think that. That is all in us. And every path, every thought is a path that takes us somewhere. Where are you going today? Where did you end up today? Where did you start from today? It depends on what your intentions were that day. When the Bani Israel people refused to go into promised land that Allah Almighty had ordered them, they told Musa alayhi salam, you and your God go fight the Canaanites. They were giants. They were huge people. They were warriors. And Allah Almighty told Musa alayhi salam and his people that if you wanted to inherit that land, you had to fight those people. Look at Allah Almighty. Always testing us to see who is best in conduct, see who is listening to the greater part of themselves all the time. There's not a time that Allah Almighty is not testing us. You think this world is bigger than me? You think this situation is bigger than me? You think this problem is bigger than me? Then okay, I'm going to leave you to it. That's your God. That's who you worship. That's who you fear. That's what you fear. So you suffer at the hands of your master, or you gain the rewards of your master. Who is your master? What do you worship? Who do you worship? Who do you seek when you cannot seek anything, when nothing is seeking you? Who do you seek? The greatest gift that we can be given is wisdom. Wisdom can take us from nothing to everything. Wisdom sees itself as nothing. Wisdom sees Allah Almighty as everything. It sees how minuscule it is, how humble it is, how fragile it is, and how great its creator is. And so there's a medium, there's a communication of, oh my Lord, help me, I am weak. You are the most magnificent. You are the great. You are the one that gives life. You're the one that gives death. You are everything and I am nothing. Without your help, nothing happens for me. That's wisdom. Allah Almighty sent the prophets, all of them, just to say that to people. Seek your Lord in humility, in prostration. Bow down to your Lord, and everything will seem so small. But if we don't bow down to our Lord, everything is going to be so huge. After Adam alayhi salam, there was one of his sons, Seth, who was the first prophet, may Allah be pleased with him. Then Idris. Then Salih. Salih was maybe 5 generations from Adam alayhi salam. And the people of Salih, they had inherited the wealth of the Ad people who had been destroyed because of their disobedience. So now Salih was coming to the people of Thamud, and he was coming to them and saying, "Oh people, we are the inheritors of those who were obedient to Allah Almighty. We survived because of their obedience. Those who were disobedient, Allah Almighty wiped them out. We are the inheritors. We are the generation of those who survived from their goodness. And that's why we're here. And for no other reason, we should be grateful." Some of them still went into disobedience. Some of them still followed that part of their soul that was envious, that was promiscuous, that was devious, that was lying and stealing and killing, and depressed and out of tune with itself. Allah Almighty sent Salih to his people, and Salih was from among the people. Allah always sent people from among people. Why? Because they know of them. He don't send nobody like E.T. to human beings. Allah said, if you'd have been angels, I'd have sent angels to you, but you're human beings. Allah always sends the same species, the same ones who have the same disease in their hearts, to be among us. And yet, because we are so blinded through our ego, we don't see them. We don't see the blessings that Allah Almighty brings before us. And so we become like the Ad people, the Thamud people, or the people of Noah, or the people of Lot. Same mentality. Those who believe and those who did not believe. Allah continues to sort all the way through the time in which He is allowing human beings to come into this world, sorting who is going to be the best in conduct. He gives all of us an opportunity.